get access to exclusive content, including personalized videos, join my Patreon channel today. I would love to have you. The link is in the description.
Dahlia refuses to see me anymore and has left the village. I've been trying to find her, but I don't know who is housing her. I suspect it's someone in the modern world. Do you know anything about this? It seems like maybe you do. But I'm not Manessa, so you can feel safe with your secret. I would never ask you to betray a secret here in the real world. And speaking of Dahlia, this is the only clue I have about her whereabouts. It was the only item that I found at her deserted cottage. Look at it. Just look at it. Isn't it pretty? So colorful, just like a pretty rainbow. Watch it. Watch it very closely as it swings back and forth, back and forth, and soon, very soon, you will begin to realize how easily and quickly you've succumbed to my hypnotic techniques, because you are feeling so heavy and drowsy as your eyelids prepare to close down. Eyelids preparing to close down. In 5, don't fight. 4, you don't have the will to resist. 3, you don't want to resist. 2, you want to do everything I tell you to do. 1, and so I'm telling you to sleep, sleep, sleep. Eyelids closed as Princess Presley commands you to sleep, sleep, sleep. Good. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to imagine certain things, but it doesn't matter if you find that you can't imagine all the things I'm asking you to. That's perfectly fine. You might even find your mind wandering quite a bit, so that my voice just fades into the background. But that doesn't matter either. The sound is going to continue to relax you. And it really doesn't matter if you don't hear a word I say, because very soon now, you are going to be more relaxed than you have ever known. Imagine yourself standing on the very top of a green hill on a tropical island. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your head and shoulders, and can see the long grass around you moving slightly in the gentlest of breezes. When you look down the hill, you can see a narrow, winding path that disappears into the glittering forest. And beyond the forest, you can see the ocean with sunlight from the clearest of blue skies glancing off the tops of the waves in the ocean, so that the whole ocean seems to shimmer and sparkle. You begin to move lazily and easily down the path with the ferns and grasses brushing gently against your legs as you pass. And you just catch the faint smell of salt traveling in on the breeze. And you have now become aware of the distant sound of the ocean on the shore. Maybe you hear seabirds calling faintly from a long way off. You marvel at the deep sense of calmness and tranquility that sweeps over you as you move on down and down towards the glittering forest so easily, so effortlessly. You feel almost as though you're floating on air. And in no time at all, you find yourself drifting through the trees, their leaves closing overhead to form a canopy, their branches making an irregular pattern against the clear blue of the sky. It's pleasantly cool in the forest, and the gentle sound of birds singing, echoing faintly, and the scent of the trees and undergrowth relaxes you still further as you move easily into the inviting depths, becoming lazier and lazier with each step that you take. You can hear a stream somewhere, its gurgling sound gradually mingling with the sound of the ocean as you follow the winding path down and down towards the beach that you know is in front of you, weaving through the trees and brushing aside the occasional piece of foliage until, quite suddenly, you feel the warmth of the sun on your head and shoulders again, and you find yourself on a beautiful, deserted beach. A beautiful golden shoreline sweeping away in a gentle curve in front of you to a distant point where the trees seem to come right down to the shoreline so that their branches actually seem to overhang the ocean itself. You can feel the sand warm between your toes as you stroll lazily across the broad beach to the water's edge. The sand becomes a darker golden color when you get there, and you enjoy the change to a moist, firm coolness under your feet as you wander along the shore. Every so often, a larger than usual wave sends revolts of water foaming around your feet, and as they recede, you notice how the sand is washed away from tiny colored pebbles glinting like jewels in the sun. The smell of the ocean the sunlight on the waves, the sound of the water hissing over the sand. All these things seem to create a sense of timelessness for some unknown reason, and you find yourself a comfortable position, trickling warm golden sand idly through your fingers. There is a faint haze which makes it difficult for you to see exactly where the ocean starts and the sky stops. And as you try to fathom it out, you see a small white cloud appear from somewhere near the horizon. It comes towards the island quite quickly, growing larger as it approaches, until it's immediately overhead. The largest, fluffiest, whitest cloud you can ever remember seeing. And you somehow know, just by instinct, that you can let all your worries, all your cares, all your fears just drift up towards this large white cloud. You can actually see them drifting away from you in a long, slow spiral, maybe like smoke from a bonfire, just spiraling away from you towards this large white cloud. The cloud absorbs all your worries into itself, swallowing up all your fears and anxieties, and becoming steadily darker all the time until, just as it reaches its darkest, just as the last part of that spiral of your worries and cares disappears inside it, the sun bursts through, dispelling every one of your worries, every one of your fears and anxieties, to the edges of the universe, leaving you totally relaxed and perfectly at ease with yourself, without a single care in the world. And now, all your troubles and cares having floated away from you, you settle yourself down into a comfortable position and just drift off into a deep and relaxing sleep. And while you sleep, you have a dream. And in this dream, you tell me who Dahlia is staying with, so that I can have a talk with them, a very hypnotic and mesmerizing talk with them. And because it's a dream, you won't be betraying any promises or commands. These things only apply to the real world and not to a dream. So at the count of 1, you will freely and easily tell me the name of the person who Dahlia is staying with. 3, 2, 1. Tell me now. I see. Good. I'll be having a very hypnotic conversation with them very soon. You've done such a good job today, and this is good because you know that assisting me helps you feel better, even on the worst of days. You have the choice of slowly beginning to wake up now so that you can start heading home, or you're perfectly welcome to stay in the guest quarters. There's no wrong answer, but I strongly prefer that you continue to sleep, sleep, sleep. If you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of any new videos. For now, I'll say goodbye, and like always, I'm so glad you could visit me here at one of my many royal cottages. And remember, no matter what is happening in your life, you can always feel safe, knowing that the crown will always be here to protect you. Sleep well, my loyal subject.